Yeah. Oh no. What does it mean to be a fucking cool woman?
Ooh, this is a good question. I would say for me, being a fucking cool woman is that you love yourself. You do the work that you need to do to get rid of any internalized patriarchy, right? Internalized self-hate, any internalized things, because we all grow up in the same countries that we do, your fellow country people, wherever they are, right? So we grow up with the same kind of education, same schooling, same socialization. We're exposed to a lot of the same negative things, right? And so, like, we have to do the work to deprogram ourselves from a lot of the negative things we get about what size is a good size body, what a fit body looks like, what good hair looks like, what's considered young and youthful, and why that's more or less important than being old. So we have to deprogram all of these like ageist, sexist, racist things that we're thrown at. And so I think it starts with doing the work ourselves because we can't be a fucking cool woman if we don't believe that ourselves. And so it always starts, I would say, with that, doing the work so that we are whole, intact, and healthy. And so that's part one. And then part two, it's like the kinds of things that I find interesting and appealing and attractive and fucking cool women are people who take a stand on things that they believe in so that they're not kind of like sitting back and watching growing fascism and authoritarianism and saying, "Ew, sheesh, this is
Thank you
bad."
so much. Okay, so first question. What is a fucking cool woman to you?
So, let's see. To me, a fucking cool woman is someone who has a little bit of life experience behind them, and has learned to take the things that have held them back or down and turn it into power and use it to propel themselves forward. Um, and then hopefully help other women in the process. It's kind of um, my own personal story. And as I have met other women who have shared their things with me, I definitely felt less alone and even inspired to then move forward and help other women.
So my question I like just to throw right at you, just to get it all about you, is what is a fucking cool woman? Like, what is it? Who, why? Any way you want to answer this question.
Well, it's kind of interesting because this exact second I had no idea I was going to say this, but like I'm an illustrator too, not by any reason except I'm a doodler and I started drawing a lot during the pandemic and I'm looking at this drawing that I actually sold. It's a print and it's the two women from Absolutely Fabulous. And right now I'm looking at those two and I'm thinking like they are the most fucking cool women in the freaking planet. Um, I had no intention of saying them, but they are just spot on when it comes to decadent, creative, funny, don't give a shit, grab the world by their whatevers, and they just have a way of being genuinely who they are. And that to me is a fucking cool
When
woman.
I think about fucking cool women, I'm thinking about women who are in their power, who are doing the work to reclaim their power, to connect to their innermost selves, um, for the sake of sharing that with the world. There's this balance of going inside, doing our internal work, being in the subconscious, being on our journeys, and then also like, what are we here to do? Um, we're here on Earth for this short time for a reason. And um, I was in a call with a fucking cool woman who I will shout out later, perhaps as well, but Dr. Rosales Meza, and she was saying, like, it's great to do the internal work and be in the spiritual world, but like, we need you here on Earth.
What makes an FCW is a woman who does whatever the fuck she wants. She just like puts herself first while obviously caring for others. But yeah, she just kind of does whatever she pleases, and I don't know. Yeah, does whatever the fuck she wants.
Right. So, do you have an idea when you started being a fucking cool woman? Like from the get go?
Let's see. I feel like, I mean, I've always been a fucking cool woman, but probably when I was in 3rd grade, I feel like I really came into myself. I got this sick tie-dye shirt on vacation that said peace, love, and as cool as a moose. And that became like my personal identity. And I just felt cool as hell in it. I was a little artist at the time. I like had these women that I would always doodle, and then I taught all my friends how to do it, and they taught their friends how to do it. So I just felt like cool then. So I think that's when I started to be cool.
I love that you started at age 8.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
so amazing.
Totally. Should have seen me in this little chubby kid in a big tie-dye shirt.
And I'd love to get your insight on what you think a fucking cool woman is.
Absolutely. Well, first, thank you so much for having me on today. To have an opportunity to just kind of share is just beautiful. Fucking cool women, right? I would say a woman that really just thinks about her community, she comes together and makes things happen. I would say that that would be the basis to me of a fucking cool woman.
And explain on that more. What sort of kind of core values do you think? What do you think inspires her to put her community as a priority?
And that's the thing. It's about our unique things. Each of us have such unique qualities, backgrounds, things we've been through. So to give a more general concept to it is what is beautiful to me. I think about different women I've come across that have just been amazing, and some were the social butterflies that are out there and all the time and talking to someone and doing something, and some are very introverted and quiet, but they still come together for their community in different ways, bringing what is special about them to the table and making things happen to make the world a better place.
That's a great question. To me, womanhood is so expansive. It's a spectrum of itself. So when I look at womanhood, like I identify as a non-binary woman. So I understand my womanhood, but I also understand there's a plus and other things that come with womanhood. But my experience as a woman has been like the most amazing thing, especially as a Black woman, because Black women are so powerful. Like we literally, all of this would not exist without us. So that's what I really pin down to a fucking cool woman.
Women are so fucking cool. They are like gems. They are shining and they are bright. Yet they cut like a knife. Women build and they connect because that's where life comes from their womb. Yes. And they are full of fierce, fierce love.